President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to embark on the second phase of the Welisizwe Rural Bridges handover in Mpumalanga. In his 2023 State of the Nation address, he announced the plans to construct 96 bridges during this financial year. Newzroom Africa's Veronica Makhoali joins us live. Veronica, tells us more about some of these projects that the President is set to launch today, and also who exactly are the beneficiaries.
Well, Aldrin, this is part of the bigger impact that government is hoping to make in regards to its infrastructure development agenda. You'd remember, of course, the president speaking about wanting to turn South Africa into a construction site. And this is because of the need of infrastructure development across the country. And of course, we'd know that without infrastructure, there is certainly a service delivery setback. And so today, the president will be embarking on that second phase where they'll be handing over some of these bridges to residents and communities in specifically rural areas. These bridges, of course, form part of a bigger network, especially here in Mpumalanga, where its road network as well as bridges and this infrastructure is crucial, not only, of course, to residents in terms of having basic services, being able to reach as well basic amenities, including hospitals, schools, and also safe passage for many of the residents who have had to endure years in certain communities without these safe passage or easy accesses to businesses. But it's also crucial to the kind of, economic growth and drive that is here in Mpumalanga. There is a lot of mines here. There's a lot of agricultural produce that's also made here in Mpumalanga, and this needs to be able to get to other parts of the country, but also to some of our bigger exports, which includes, countries such as Mozambique as a major export for the country, specifically here for Mpumalanga. And so this rural bridges handover will be, of course, a project that has been watched over by the Public Works Infrastructure Development Department. And essentially we'll be speaking to the minister as well today to get a sense of how far they are in that target of building those 96 bridges within this financial year. But more importantly, we'll get an opportunity to speak to some of the residents about this infrastructure. Many, of course, saying that some of these projects have been delayed and that they should have been done sooner. But of course, this is part of the government's plan to ensure that they are able to amend some of the backlogs in terms of infrastructure development. Aldrin.
And at the core of turning the country into a construction site, Veronica, is also about work opportunities, job opportunities. And yesterday, the president, a meeting with the executives of Mpumalanga, this is now the provincial executives of Mpumalanga. And one of the points that he emphasized was that half of the province population lives below the poverty line and unemployment is higher than the national average.
Certainly, Aldrin, you'd understand that a part of these projects is not only just to create that infrastructure upgrade, but also absolutely to pull in more local companies to provide local jobs for some of these residents and communities. We'll be hearing as well if some of the companies that were used in the development of these bridges were also sourced directly from the Mpumalanga province, and how, of course, this is helping not only small enterprises and businesses, but local residents as well. Mpumalanga, of course, stands at the heart of South Africa's electricity generation. And so the shift as well that is expected in this province, a major one, as the country looks to use less carbon footprint. And of course, moving towards renewable energy is going to be a highly impacted one for these residents. And so the president did announce as well yesterday, as you've mentioned during that meeting with the provincial executive, that for this specific province, which they need to cater to its needs, there needs to be a fine balance between that transition, but also making sure that they don't impact some of the already fragile livelihoods here. And so the improvement of infrastructure, definitely, apart from service delivery, is definitely going to be targeting local jobs as well.